Well, it's Friday, March 1st, 2019, and welcome to the first day of meteorological spring, but it certainly won't feel like it. Look at the picture yesterday. This is all the ice fog, this scene, I'm sure, was repeated all across the area. This particular picture taken on Olive Road by Stephanie, and again, very beautiful out yesterday morning, but very cold, and we're going to continue our cold temperatures. We'll see some early sunshine today, and then the clouds will be on the increase, and we'll have some light snow develop late tonight into Saturday morning. Right now, the best bet is about a trace to an inch and a half, a trace in the southern part of the state, inch and a half or so, maybe 2 inches as you get up towards Clare. Around the mid-Michigan area, I think we'll see anywhere from about 3/10 to maybe as much as an inch. Again, won't be a very big system at all, but it's certainly going to usher in more very cold air as we get late in the weekend into early next week. In fact, Monday, Tuesday mornings, we could see our temperatures fall down around or below zero, with highs only in teens for much of next week as we have a very cold air mass in place. We'll begin to see conditions warm up a little bit late next week, and we might begin to get much more active as we head towards next weekend and the following week. But until then, very calm, tranquil conditions overall expected. You can see this morning temperatures mainly in the teens. Warm spots down in southeast lower Michigan at 19.6 at Jasper. Brown City at 12.5, but the cold spot over at Sandusky Middle and High School, 8.5 degrees this morning. And if we look at the satellite view, you can see some activity, some cloud activity moving towards Great Lakes. Again, much of this will be pretty weak. Our moisture pattern will come from this area here as we see this eventually move into the area late tonight into tomorrow. And then behind that, very cold air, as you can see on the satellite view with these areas that expand. These aren't clouds. This is very cold air. And then you have the clouds to the south of that. And again, that very cold air is going to be rushing into the area here by Sunday. And if we look at the radar out there this morning, just a little bit of lake effect across portions around the Ludington area. And again, we don't expect this to do a whole lot. We'll expect it to dissipate here once the sun rises and the wind's pretty calm. We don't expect a whole lot going on as far as lake effect. And if we look at the weather map this morning, you can see our system that's going to be eventually moving into the area tonight. This area of snow depicted here from around Lansing area off to the north will mainly be for late tonight into tomorrow morning as that low pressure system moves across the northern portions of Michigan. It'll be just enough again to give the northern areas a little bit of accumulating snow, but for the most part all the action is going to be across the south where they could expect some heavy snow across the southern Ohio Valley from Missouri all the way to the mid-Atlantic states. And you can see by Sunday morning that low pressure system in the deep south. Again, we need to keep an eye on this, but the best bet is it's going to move up this front towards the Tennessee Valley area into the mid-Atlantic states, given this area here some pretty significant snows. But this is a one low pressure system. We got to make sure it doesn't end up cutting towards the northeast right now. That's not the best bet, as strong high pressure system that's going to bring us that cold air should help to suppress that system off to our south, but we'll certainly keep an eye on it here over the next couple of days. As far as precipitation, you can see with that system expected to be well off to our south, very little in the way of moisture here over the next 7 days, but it's going to get, I think, quite a bit busier once we get towards the end of the 7-day period into next weekend. As far as snowfall amounts, again, a streak of light snow with that system that'll be moving through our area tonight into Saturday, and the much more significant storm will be across the southern portions of Ohio and Indiana into the mid-Atlantic states as it gets stronger as it moves towards the east coast. Don't think it'll be a nor'easter, but certainly they could get some pretty decent snows, and they've been quite snow-starved this winter across the big cities. As far as the extended outlook, well, if you think spring's coming, it is. We're starting to see that signs where we expect some very warm conditions to eventually begin to spread back to the northeast. But until then, the next 6 to 10 days, cold and wet for the 8 to 14 day outlook as well. You can just about bet we're going to get some more significant snow here over the next couple of weeks. As far as the forecast goes, again, today highs in the upper 20s to low 30s. That snow moves in very late tonight, lasts into early tomorrow. Again, maybe around an inch in our area. Probably more like about a trace to a half inch, I think, for most areas. And then again, tomorrow we'll see temperatures in the low 20s, so quite a bit, or rather tomorrow highs in the upper 20s, low 30s. Then that cold front moves through Saturday night and Sunday, and we'll see temperatures in the upper teens to low 20s. They may fall in the afternoon, and by Monday morning we could see temperatures down around zero or a little bit colder. And again, highs only in the teens right on through Wednesday as it looks right now, with another couple of chances of maybe temperatures down in the single digits to possibly near zero. So a very cold weather pattern coming up. but not a whole lot as far as the way the storms go. But I think that's going to change here in about 7, 8, 9 days. I think our pattern is going to get very busy once again. Thanks for stopping by and have yourself a great day, a great weekend, and 73s to all.